Phil Collins is a famous musician and singer from England. He was born on January 30, 1951, in London. From a very young age, Phil loved music. He was interested in playing different instruments, and he learned how to play the drums and the piano. As he grew older, his love for music grew stronger, and he started to think about a career in music. Phil's parents supported him in his musical dreams, and he began to play in different bands when he was a teenager. When he was young, Phil watched many bands perform, and he was inspired by the energy and excitement of live music. He decided to follow his passion and become a professional musician. He joined a few different bands in the 1960s, but his big break came in 1970, when he became the drummer for the famous British rock band Genesis. At first, Phil was just the drummer, but he was also very good at singing. Soon, the band realized that he had a great voice, and Phil became the lead singer of Genesis in the 1970s. Genesis was already a successful band before Phil joined, but with Phil's talent, the band became even more popular. They played a style of music called progressive rock. This type of music is known for being creative and experimental. Genesis music was different from many other bands because they used many different instruments and combined different styles of music. Phil Collins' drumming and singing made Genesis songs special, and fans all over the world began to love their music. The band's success continued to grow, and Genesis became one of the most important rock bands of the 1970s and 1980s. While he was with Genesis, Phil Collins also began working on his solo music. In 1981, he released his first solo album, called Face Value. This album was very successful. One of the biggest hits from the album was the song In the Air Tonight. This song became famous because of its haunting melody and dramatic drum solo. The drum solo in the Air Tonight is one of the most famous drum solos in music history, and it helped Phil Collins become even more popular. People loved his unique style and the emotional power in his voice. Phil's solo career grew in the 1980s and 1990s. He released several albums, and each one had big hits. Some of his best-known songs include Against All Odds, One More Night, Another Day in Paradise, and You Can't Hurry Love. These songs were all huge hits and became very popular on the radio. Many people loved Phil's music because it was easy to connect with. His lyrics often talked about love, heartbreak, and personal challenges, and his voice was full of emotion. One of Phil Collins' most important moments as a solo artist was when he wrote and performed songs for Disney's movie Tarzan. The movie was released in 1999, and it featured several songs written by Phil Collins. The most famous of these songs is You'll Be in My Heart. This song was very emotional, and it quickly became a big hit. You'll Be in My Heart won several awards, including a Golden Globe and an Academy Award for Best Original Song. It became one of Phil's most beloved songs, and many people still listen to it today. Over the years, Phil Collins won many awards for his music. He received multiple Grammy Awards, Golden Globe Awards, and even an Academy Award. His success as both a member of Genesis and as a solo artist helped him become one of the most famous and respected musicians of his time. Many musicians look up to him for his talent and his ability to connect with audiences through his music. Phil Collins' music has a special quality. His songs are simple, but they have a lot of emotional power. Many people find his music comforting, and his songs can bring back memories or make people feel understood. He often writes songs about difficult experiences such as love, loss, and change. These themes are common in his music, and they have helped him build a large and loyal fan base. Fans from all over the world continue to enjoy his music today. Phil Collins is also known for his exceptional musical talent. He is a skilled drummer, and many people admire his drumming ability. He plays with a lot of feeling and emotion, which makes his drumming unique. In addition to drumming, Phil Collins also plays other instruments, including the piano and guitar. His ability to play many instruments makes him a versatile musician, and it has allowed him to create a wide variety of music throughout his career. Despite his success and fame, Phil Collins is a very down-to-earth person. He is known for being humble and kind. Even though he has sold millions of records and won many awards, he remains focused on making music that means something to him. He has always said that his main goal is to create music that connects with people, and he has been able to do that throughout his entire career. In the early 2000s, Phil Collins took a break from music. He focused on his family and took some time to relax. However, he continued to perform and make music from time to time. In recent years, he has returned to the stage for live concerts and tours. Fans were excited to see him perform live again, and his concerts became very popular. Even though Phil Collins is not as active in the music industry as he once was, his influence on the world of music continues to be strong. Phil Collins has left a lasting mark on the music world. His songs are still played on the radio, and many people continue to listen to his albums. His music has inspired countless other artists, and his unique sound and style have made him one of the most important musicians of the 20th century. People still remember him for his beautiful voice, powerful drumming, and emotional songs. Throughout his long career, Phil Collins has made a huge impact on music. He has helped shape the sound of rock, pop, and film music. His work with Genesis and as a solo artist has inspired many other musicians, and his songs have been loved by millions of people around the world. Phil Collins may not be as active in the music scene today, but his legacy lives on. His music will continue to touch the hearts of fans for many years to come.